We live in a world now, the new reality is what? We have active shooter drills.
All right, boys and girls, we need to lock the door.
There are school shootings that you hear about all the time.
There are children now in this country who are afraid to go to school.
Have you ever been in any of those type of situations? Have you ever been involved in active? Okay, Grace, tell me your experience.
My dad and I went to go see a production of Grease at Carmen Ainsworth High School, and halfway through the performance, the director burst onto the stage to inform us that there had been a shooting at a basketball game outside the theater.
And in an instant, Grace Hogan's life changed forever.
A police SWAT team came onto the stage with rifles hanging at their sides, and that's when I was like so scared. And I remember my dad telling me, if the shooter comes in, lay beneath the seats and play dead.
Words Grace never thought she would hear. Her perfect world shattered. Now at her own school, thoughts of a real active shooter creep into her daily life.
When I'm in my math class, I can see the parking lot, and I look out there and I'm like, what if someone dangerous is approaching? Like, I'd rather be focusing on my work.
That's the new reality these middle and high schoolers face every day. There's not a certain time or place an active shooter might strike, or a school has to go into lockdown. 8th grader Josh Thurlow knows that fear all too well.
The police officer came into our classroom looking for someone, and they weren't in our classroom like they were supposed to be. So they went to the office, told us that we needed to go into a shelter in place.
It's all too common now. Writing, reading, arithmetic. Lockdowns?
We've had quite a few lockdowns, like whether it's writings on the bathroom walls, like I'm gonna blow up the school on this date, or we see threats on Snapchat stories. We have a lot of that happening.
Do you feel like those are legit? Like that can happen?
Scary, because it's like you're not sure if you're going to be okay or not.
Now that's what frustrates Amelia's Vassar schoolmate Alyssa Barron. Alyssa says most kids at her school just blow threats off.
Most kids at our school don't take it seriously anymore because it's happened so many times. But I feel like you would kind of have to, because you never know if it's true or not.
It was a true lockdown at Sheldon Matthews School, Carlton High School. A gun spotted in the area. Sheldon's thoughts immediately shifted off himself to his brothers.
I had brothers at the middle school and at the elementary, and I didn't know if the shooter could have went to the middle school or the high school. I was just worried about my brothers.
Is there something that you wish that would prepared you for something like that, or have you been prepared?
At my school, whenever we have drills, we usually actually know, and all the kids just don't take it seriously.
And that's a mistake that could mean life or death. All these kids are connected by a common bond. They just want to feel safe when they go to school.
If we see something, we just can't think it's a joke. We have to be serious about it because it could end someone's life that day.
We do need to be more proactive about what we see and tell somebody.
We need to look more for suspicious behavior and report it if we see it, and try to connect more with those who we feel like might act out and do something.
I would say that you just never know. It could be the last time you see your mom, your dad, your grandma, your grandpa.
I feel like kids should be able to go to school without having to worry about a school shooting happening.